y'all. This is Marie from our Okie homestead. Wrapping up chores with the goats, and gave them some time out to eat down some grass and stuff. And I would leave them out longer, except I'm gonna be up the front. I can say I'm very pleased. Since spring, you can see I need to come back and do the fence line again up around. In certain areas, there's patches, sorry. But anyway, along the fence line, I need to spray again. You can see it's dying back. But all this had the yellow flower weed out here too. And of course, there's other places you can see where I missed spraying it in patches. So I need to come back and spray again. Oh, maybe one day next week. I'm gonna have to look and see what the forecast is doing, and also to see if it's gonna go ahead and die back. But I can tell you right now, I kind of got a feeling from looking at some of it that it ain't gonna die back, because it's places where I didn't get it sprayed quite as good. So I need to come back and do that and hit the fence line again. But what is really making me happy, making the horses happy, is how the clover in our pasture is rebounding, since it's not being choked out by those yellow flower weed. It's a very invasive weed. Trust me, I wouldn't be spraying if I didn't need to. But we haven't sprayed in, oh gosh, probably 4 or 5 years. And it just had taken over with health issues that was going on. It was just a lot of routine maintenance, like spraying pastures and clearing fence lines and stuff. Didn't get done, obviously. So that's man, I'm sitting here. I don't know if y'all can see all this clover. Wow, at the clover. That kind of surprises me. I didn't realize there was this much clover out here. It sure explains why the mares that are on this pasture are getting fat and sassy. They eating that clover, and that's like eating alfalfa. That's a legume. But yeah, I just wanted to give you an update on the pasture, how the spray is kicked in and working and helping the grass. It's shaping up, and we'll see where we end up in about another month. The weather's heating up. We've had a break in the weather. It's been a nice few days, and I've been taking advantage of it and trying to get caught up on my videos too at the same time. And that's one reason why y'all see that I like put out video a few days later, another video, a few days later, another video, because I've just gotten so far behind. I'm trying to play catch up and get my timeline more up to date for y'all. Peanut butter and crackers. So he likes peanut butter and crackers. I'm about a minute away from being done with this stall. You see the great job the chickens are doing? Working on that last piece of fence for that new garden area and hoping to get that completed and stuff. I've got fabric to put down. The tiller was kind of a necessary evil at this point. If I can get it all working good this year and then get it covered over winter, and then hopefully next year I won't have to till. We'll just have to wait and see. But to me, the less that I have to depend on something mechanical, the better off. I do want to mention and point out, when I was doing the measurements on the trees, the 15 to 20 foot, between the peach trees and the plum trees, some said 15, some said 20. So I made sure also when it come to the fence that I wanted to make sure I had that spacing between the tree and the actual fence on all sides. So I've got this whole area down through here, so that even when that tree gets big and mature, I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room at a later point in time if I was coming through here with the mower along the edges, or maybe we at some point in the future decide to give up this as a garden spot and maybe use a different area, since we do have other areas we could try. We might at some point do that, but we also talked about being able to keep this a pen where we could have you know, either turkeys or, you know, once the trees got big enough that the goats couldn't reach the main branches, as long as they have like wire cages around them so they couldn't chew on the bark, they might be okay. I'm not really sure. I would not want them coming in and damaging them. But it's also with the T-post puller, to me, fencing was always more of a permanent thing, because, you know, you can talk about permanent fencing versus temporary fencing versus semi-permanent. But really, truly, if you think about it, as long as you're not cutting your pieces, or if you're going to stay the same shape, like say you're doing a 30 by 40 space, or say you're doing a 100 by 150 space, if you keep your wire in the lengths that you need to do those spaces, then yeah, it's just a matter of back to the spacing. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room to get in there around and mow. Back to the fencing, when it comes between permanent, semi-permanent, and temporary, honestly, anything permanent is nothing's permanent. And I'm even feeling more that way because of the T-post puller. Something that makes it so much easier, where you can like move those T-posts around and be able to change from like one pin area to another if you wanted to. If you're revamping, remodeling, whatever, if you put a pin up in an area and you decide you don't like that area for whatever you have pinned up there, then that also gives you the option to be able to go ahead and just move it. You know, if you set something up on your place and you don't like it, you know, as far as fencing goes, even permanent fencing, like I said, nothing's permanent. Things always change. So it's not really bothering me that the fence being the way it is, the shape it is and everything, because like I said, if we decide at a later time to do it at a different spot, then with that T-post puller, it would not be that big of a deal to pull this one wire down around this garden area. But we'll just wait to see how it goes, because I think this is going to be a really nice garden spot, and it'd be a real nice addition, a nice little place to have a patch of corn, a nice place to plant the potatoes, you know, some of those things that are real space hogs. In order to get a decent quantity of them, you just kind of need a bigger space to do it. We've got the bigger space, and so we're going to try to do it. So we're going to get back to it.